Good day, everyone. Welcome to the second schedule of your service marketing class. So, before moving ahead, we will just have a small recap of what you've learned from a previous class. Generally, we would have started off with the question of what is service marketing. The service is an action based activity which is beneficial for someone. So, for example, a sales girl working in a cosmetic store presents herself in a good appeal which enables a consumer to buy those products. Here, the good appeal or the presentation is an action or service which is rendered by the sales girl in order in order to make the consumer to buy the product or a purchase to happen. So generally, services are activities, benefits or satisfaction which are offered for sale or provided in connection with sale of goods. Next topic is components of services. There are four components: a physical product, service product, service environment, and service delivery. So here again with an example of an educational sector, a university here, the physical product will be a degree course. A service product will be the different courses which are available for the degree or the placement opportunities available for the students. Service environment will be like the extra features of how the students avail those features or avail the degree. It can be the classrooms, the digital rooms, the laboratories, the libraries, the canteen facilities, the hostels, the playgrounds, etc. And the last feature will be your service delivery. So service delivery, how does the student avail that degree? Through the teaching performance, through the mentoring system, through the counseling, as well as the placement opportunities provided to the students. Let me here again go with another example of a supermarket. So for supermarket, the physical product will be the goods there. Or the service product here will be the shelf space, the inventory, how well you can stock your goods, the additional benefits, or the credit facilities given by the suppliers. Service environment will be the racks, the placement of racks, how full the racks are arranged, and then your service delivery, the friendliness, the neatness of the environment, and your delivery system and your billing. The next topic was characteristics of services. So services are intangible in nature. It is inseparable. Your services can't be manufactured at once and consumed later. So it will take at the same place. So ownership, and then absence of a quantitative measurement. And the last topic of the session was your classification of services, where we classified on the basis of your tangible actions and intangible actions. So on those basis, we divided the sectors on the recipient base of people and things. So today we're going to look on a different classification based on the consumer services as well as your industrial services. So consumer service, your end user is your consumer. So food services like your restaurants, your organized restaurants or unorganized, your street foods, your hotels and motels, your personal care services, your car services, your entertainment industry, your theater films and theaters, your transportation here, Ola, Uber, of fast track or other services, communication services, your telecom industry, your insurance services, your financial services. All these classifications, the end user is the consumer. The second part is your industrial services. So it's a B2B activity. So financial services like services provided by NABARD or IDBI banks. So they target only a specific sector, banking sector, which is used for only for agricultural schemes or purposes. IDBI banks for industrial loans, etc. Insurance services for factories or industrial services, and transport and warehousings, engineering services, advertising and promotional services. Like few of the topmost advertising agencies are in India, for namely like your JWT, your Ogly and Mather, your Mudra Communications, best known for ads for your PepsiCo, Colgate, McDonald's or McD, and McCann Erickson India Limited, a company known for Coca-Cola products, Maybelline products, your cosmetic along there, so extra features, and then your management consultancy services. So all these comprises of your industrial service oriented classifications. So moving ahead, I've segregated few examples of the service sector contribution. The service, healthcare, hospitals, medical practices, dentistry, and eye care, etc. For professional accounting and auditing, your legal services, your interiors designer services, your research and development, or research and innovations consulting and management consulting, etc. Financial services comprises of all your banking service provide or banking activities, your mutual funds, your investment advisings or advices, and insurance. Your hospitality, your restaurants, hotels, resorts, and other leisure things. Travel, your travel agencies, tourism's there. Public services like national security, defense, your army, your BSF security forces, etc. Your social services like your politics, your economic development, or your NGO services. Education, all types of educational services from teachers to non-teaching members, counseling, coaching, mentoring sessions, and psychiatrists, etc. Your other sectors can be like your spa, hairstyling, pest control, plumbing services, health or fitness clubs. So these are few of the examples of the companies or the sectors which are available in the tertiary part, or third sector. So while talking about your service sector, you have to know the evolution or how it started here, how it started to happen. So the evolution of your service marketing started in the pre 1980s. The stage was called as crawling stage, where the marketing activity started to grow up, and all your marketing theories, your components of marketing mix, where talk about your product, price, place, and promotion, started to evolve. All those marketing strategies were put forth, and people had a tendency like marketing strategies as well as your service marketing were the same. People never thought of the service marketing had a different kind of theories or strategies. So customers or the service provider thought of only the 4 P's there. அதில் அது சம்மந்தப்பட்ட பிஸ்னஸ் மட்டும்தான் நடந்துட்டு. For example, say like in a car showroom where people were trying to buy the car with the features which is available, or after sale service, your services, car service எல்லாமே வந்து it was not an additional benefit. It was included with the package. ஸோ சர்வீஸ் மார்க்கெட்டிங்க்குன்னு தனியாக ஒரு 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 தியரியோ ஒரு பாலிசியோ எதுவுமே இந்த ப்ரீ 1980 ஸ்டேஜில் இல்லை. எவ்ரி திங் வாஸ் ஆன் மார்க்கெட்டிங். ஆஸ் அ மார்க்கெட்டர் இதுதான் மக்களுக்கு தேவைன்னு பட்டுது. ஸோ ஐ ஸ்டார்டட் டு ப்ரொடியூஸ் தோஸ் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஐ செல் இட் ஆஃப். Moving from your crawling state during 1980 to 81, the stage was crawling, scurrying about stage where the marketers started to realize the 4 P's மேல there are few things, there are few reasons to analyze அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு தான் people started to realize. Then only they expanded their marketing mix with people, process, and physical evidences. So அது மட்டும் இல்லாம வேற என்னலாம் அந்த ஸ்டேட்ல உருவாக்குனாங்கன்னா, they were like they found out the model gap. Sorry, the gap model where people started to analyze the difference, the gap between the the service provided and the customer's expectation. So they figured out what the gaps are and how to rectify those gaps. And other famous theories which were formed like was like your relationship marketing, your internal marketing. Relationship marketing, like the marketer doesn't stop when the purchase ends, it keeps on moving after purchase. Also the marketer sits and analyze with the customer how the product is and what are the additional benefits they needed, and how well they need, how well the feedback is about, or if there's any problem, how to rectify those things. So after purchase service was maintained from the second stage, and then we entered from 1986 to 1982 to a stage called walking erect, where all those theories of your 7 P's as well as your gap model, your relationship marketing, and your internal marketing. Internal marketing is about educating your internal customers, nothing but your employees, about the product or other services which will benefit the company, because they are the direct people who are gonna provide the knowledge to the customers about the product or services. They are the people who are gonna react with the consumers or customers. ஸோ அவங்க தான் ஃபைனலாக மீட் பண்ணுறதுனால அவங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்பர் எஜுகேஷன் இருந்ததுன்னா அவங்க people customers போய் மீட் பண்ணும்போது they come to know in terms like what are the exact need of the consumer is. So all those theories were put forth into action in the third state. Right now the market is in the fourth state called galloping state, where the service sector plays a major role in the economy. Check going by the reports, if you find all the developed nations will then have a higher percentage of GDP from the service sector. Take US or United States, their GDP would be the GDP contribution from the tertiary sector, the service sector would be in high 70s, 74, 76, something like that. For Japan, it would be like in 70, 69, something like that. UK will follow them. Whereas India right now, the contribution of tertiary sector or service sector is almost 55% of the total GDP. So why there is a need to learn the service things? So service sector, இது எதுக்காக நம்ம service marketing இல்ல service sector பத்தி இவ்வளோ பேசுறோம்னா, there are few reasons. The first important thing is like the service sector is a dominant factor for a developed nation. As country grows day by day, the service sector plays a vital role, because most of the employment opportunities are created here. If there is employment opportunities created, then there are more jobs. If there are more jobs, then there will be an income flow. If there's an income flow, there will be a better standard of living. Apart from the service dominant sector, few other factors can be like a growing fashion technology kind of things, and information explosion, where data right now is the business or hard selling cake right now. So with the help of data, people are enabled to make money out of it. So these are the two key factors globally why the service sector is booming. In India, the major reasons for the growth of service sector are economic liberalization. After 1992, India has become a trade market center for every business, starting from your logistics, your data management, your back-end services, your IT, all the things. India has become an hub for those things. So economic affluation, as I said, so it creates more jobs, more employment opportunities. There is capital formation, more number of foreign investment made in India. Based on that, more job opportunities. More job opportunities will lead to better standard of living of people. Cultural changes. Cultural changes. The role of women working has increased. The number of women working in the tertiary sector has started to increase at a steady, rapid pace. So now it becomes like a twin income family where all those expectations, all those things started to increase. All your service like your beauty care services, your child care services has increased, your spas, your fitness clubs has increased. So all those cultural changes have started to take place. Your IT revolution, your back-end services. India has become an hub for all those information technology companies here. Development of market. All the companies started to have their products available in India. Two major reasons: a big market comprised of the population, and the other, the changing taste of the people. So these are two important factors, and also the R&D, your research and developments, which enables people or which enables the marketers to invest in India or produce products in India. Healthcare services, India right now they have started to think on healthcare consciousness. So all those healthcare industries have started to grow here with a lot of medicines being created, etc. Export potentialness talks about the major factor which India has. India is known for the wealth of human resources. So humans are their assets, or people are the assets. With those things, they started to build or grow day by day in each sectors or each different sectors under service market, service industries, so etc. And okay, so these are the few reasons for the growth of service sector rapidly in India. Learning about service sector and service marketing, you should have an idea of what service marketing mix is about. So service marketing mix comprises of 7 P's, namely product, price, place, promotion, process, physical evidence, and people. So you would have got much information about the first 4 P's of product. Your product talks about the design, the technique which is used, the quality of the product, the branding and packaging of those things, etc. Whereas price will give you the pricing strategies used for a product, what and all techniques can be used, place, what are the marketing channels which is available, or how can you how to use the middleman or how to skip the middleman, etc. Whereas promotion talks about the different types of promotional mix, starting from direct marketing to at present your social media campaigns, endorsements, etc. The last 3 P's talks about the efficiency, the secondary involvement of your of to the service marketing mix. So process talks about the service delivery, the uniformity of the offering. How does the service provider provides the exact services needed by the customer? So a person goes to a salon, he or she wants a different style of haircut. So the service provider, the hairstylist, based on the need of the consumer, provides the services. So the process of the haircut is the most important vital part. Whereas a physical evidence talks about the infrastructure, the service delivery. So the evidences which while availing your services. So for example, from a bank, your ATM card is a physical evidence, or a checkbook or a transaction ID is your physical evidence. People. So, as I said, they are the wealth of a nation. So, talking about people, there are three major parties involved in this. So, who are those? The first under people is the company or the management, where they are the major service providers. They have the idea of creating a service. So they communicate their knowledge to their employees. So each and every employee is being properly educated of what kind of service is provided by the management, by the company. That marketing is called as your internal marketing. So internal marketing is all about the management sharing their knowledge to their employees, where on the other side the management tries to communicate to their customers through external marketing. So it can be a form of advertisement or a sales promotional activity, where they try to aware the customer saying that this kind of services are available in the market, you can avail as and when you need it. So it is a triangle where the other two parties of your employees and customer meet, is called as interactive marketing, where a personal selling happens. Initially, I went on with an example of a sales girl working in a cosmetic center. So the good appeal buyer enables the consumers to buy the product. So thus, employees act as a service or a service provider there, which enables a customer to avail the service or to acquire the services. So this is a concept called service triangle concept, where it involves three parties, namely company, employees, and customers. So in short, a service marketing mix is a combination of 7 P's, which together provides a complete service which is required by the consumer. So with this, I'll end the session. We'll meet you in the other session.